a conservative in Austin, endangered species. Very important. He is infiltrating behind enemy lines. And his group, the Texans for Fiscal Responsibility, that theme of not just talking the talk, but walking the walk, he lives it every day. He is the president of Texans for Fiscal Responsibility. Please welcome Michael Quinn Sullivan.
It is so nice to have been able to escape the People's Republic of Austin and get to be with people who are paying the bills for once. I want to ask a couple of quick questions. First, are you fed up with your skyrocketing property taxes? What? I want the little lady sitting up there to hear you say that. Are you fed up with the taxes being levied on your small business? They can't hear you in Austin, where the legislature's meeting raising those taxes right now. Are you tired of your small businesses being taxed? Are you fed up with your unborn children owing $163,000 to Barack Obama before they're even born? Well, then we're all in the right place. It is time for us to reclaim our country, to reclaim our state, to reclaim our cities and our communities. One of the most famous quotes in American history was uttered by Andrew Jackson in his farewell address of 1837, when he said that the eternal vigilance is the price for liberty. Eternal vigilance is the price for liberty. But his very next sentence, the very next sentence is one that too often we ignore, in which he said, it behooves you to watch your state governments as well as your federal governments. You and I cannot just be outraged at the nonsense going on in Washington, D.C. You and I have to demand the same level of respect for our principles in Austin and at City Hall. Now, just so we're real clear, if that building looks a little empty right now, the reason why isn't because it's 6:20, although that's usually why. One of the main reasons it's empty right now is because your tax dollars are being used by city halls all around the Metroplex. Your tax dollars are being used by your county government all around the Metroplex to go to Austin, to lobby the legislature to increase your taxes. Your dollars are being used to beat you up. Millions and millions of your dollars are being used every legislative session against you. It's time for us to tell the legislature to end taxpayer-funded lobbying in the Lone Star State. And one of the shining examples, one of the glorious examples of this horrific process, of this horrible effort, is going on literally last week when the Texas Senate easily passed through legislation that would hike the gasoline tax, that would double the driver's license fees, that would increase almost every fee imaginable if you live here in Dallas, Fort Worth, or in Houston, or in Austin, or in San Antonio, or El Paso, almost anywhere in the state. You would see your taxes and fees raised. Senate Bill 855 put forward by some crazy left-winger. Well, actually, yes, a Republican by the name of John Corona, your own state senator. It is time for us to tell Austin to stop taxing us. It is horrible economic policy at any time, but particularly in times of a recession. This is the wrong time for Texas to be levying new resident fees, which Mr. Corona would impose upon anyone who dares to move to Texas. I'm sorry, I thought we wanted more Texans coming here legally. That's right. It is critical that at every level of government, you and I advocate loudly and clearly for the principles of liberty. I will tell you that it is absolutely, undeniably true that prosperity only flows from liberty. Materialism, the gathering of things, does not ever occur in the long run in anything other than a system oriented towards liberty. You and I have to be demanding liberty at every stage. You and I as conservatives, you and I as activists, you and I as taxpayers and Texans, we have to demand that from the White House to the State House to the City Hall, that our elected officials reconnect with the principles of liberty. And if they're unwilling to, then gosh darn it, we're going to find someone else who will. It is time for us to reconnect with the principles that made our nation great. It's also time for you and I to set aside our negativity and our frustration. There's a lot to be upset about. But I'll tell you this, if you are someone who believes and understands the principles of liberty, there is no reason why you and I should be allowed to define ourselves by what we're against. You and I should be defining ourselves by what we're for, because frankly, what we are for has freed billions.